Hi everybody, welcome to the PLN portion of my website. So what is a PLN? Well, a PLN stands for Professional or Personal Learning Network. In a nutshell, it's your way to leverage technology to be able to connect with educators, gurus, or other influential people related to your field and or hobbies that you might have. So what do I use for my PLN? Well, I have several different resources. My first one is podcasts. I love listening to podcasts on my way to work and back to my truck afterwards. I have a solid 4-block walk, and that's just about right for listening to a podcast on my way to Doudna. I decided to take the plunge this year and develop a podcast for the School of Education called the Proud Rural Teacher Podcast. So number 2 would be Twitter and or Facebook. So I love using, especially Twitter, to be able to connect with teachers anywhere on the planet and discuss relevant topics and also learn from them and get inspiration on great ideas, not just from individuals, but tech companies as well. With regards to Facebook, I did just recently kind of try to rebirth the Southwest Wisconsin Google Education Group on Facebook. GAGs all across the world have kind of lost their steam a little bit, but I really wanted to bring ours back because I think rural Southwest Wisconsin, we have a unique set of challenges and we're so good at leaning on one another. I wanted to bring that group back to life. So I use social media in that regards too, to not just participate in global learning networks, but also to provide some leadership. And then I also, a little bit on the periphery, I use tools like Voxer or Twitter, group chats to be able to communicate with groups of people that I might not have even met before. I have done Voxer book talk chats, which have been really neat. Download Voxer sometime and try it out and get into a Voxer book chat. It's kind of cool to be able to just vocally talk to people and share your ideas kind of on the fly. It's a really neat experience. So besides that, those are all digital ideas. And of course, I love to read about teaching and educational technology and Wisconsin history and a bunch of other stuff. And so at the bottom of this page, I put some books that I have really enjoyed reading, am currently reading or have would recommend in the from my past reading list. PLNs can come in form of virtual or digital, like all the examples I mentioned, but also I do consider books part of your PLN, but also meeting people face to face. So consider going to an ed camp sometime. Just about every state I can think of has an ed camp a couple times a year somewhere in the state. You should try to go to one. It's such a great experience. And of course, also conferences. My favorite technology conference, no doubt, would be ISTE. But if you can't swing that, your state is going to have a technology conference too. In Wisconsin, we have a few. We have WIMTA, which is every March, and SLATE, which is every December. And then we have Midwest Google Summits twice a year, which are also pretty cool too. So there are so many ways for you to continue learning as an educator virtually, through reading, and in person. As long as you keep having that passion for developing your professional practice and your passion as an educator, you can't go wrong.